Hey guys, welcome back. Takashi here. We're back at it again with Kill or Love. Again, we just got through the half chapter before where we actually saw Anna's perspective. Alright? So again, Anna just thanked Jack for the meal, and we're gonna go ahead and resume from there at the beginning of chapter 4. Here we go. Thanks, I barely made anything. That's not true, is it? You were in charge of the rice. Yeah, the rice. It ended up mushy. I think it's delicious. Anna ate it like it was the tastiest thing in the world. An idea popped into my head. If I bore her, she might leave early. Thanks. But the chicken is much better. And it's incredible how you could make anything decent in the oven we have, Grace. Oh, don't talk about the oven, Jack. It's embarrassing. I'll bet you've never seen a greasier oven, Anna. I swear to God. I tried to clean it, but nothing works. I don't know what the previous owners did to make it that dirty. And that's not even the biggest problem. Is it? Oh, wait, what? And that isn't the biggest problem. You said... wait, what? And that's not even the biggest problem, is it? You said. I'm sorry, that line, I was having trouble processing how... Anyhow, sorry. Yes? And the light in the... Oh, that isn't the biggest problem, right? You said before... I mean, I kind of got that's what they were saying, but it just, for some reason, it sounded weird to me. The light in the oven barely works. And don't even get me started on the heating. It's so sketchy. Yeah, all of it. And you still managed to make something this good? What do you say, Anna? It's tasty. It reminds me of home. Have you tried remembering what home was like, Jack? I swallowed, choked, and coughed. What's with that all of a sudden? Anna smiled and went on eating. I was just wondering. No, I have not tried to remember what home was like. I don't see why I'd have to. I'm fine without it. All right. It's a shame, though. Tough. Jack? Yeah? What is it, Grace? I'm with Anna on this one. You are? Yes. Even after you said you were fine with me deciding what goes on in my head? I'm trying to think of what's best for you. That's right. You can't spend your life running away from the past. Face it now. Be a man. It's not healthy to lock so much of yourself away. It can't be. You have to agree, Jack. I didn't reply. I was eviscerating a chicken drumstick. Anna, I didn't tell you this, but at night, at least once a week, Jack... That's enough! I banged my fist on the table, then was immediately ashamed that I'd lost my temper. I couldn't back down. This has got to do with me, and only me. Stay the hell out of it, both of you. Do you understand? Why are you so... it's no good. I've never gotten this angry before. I needed to be alone. I walked off to another room, but that didn't help. I could still hear their murmurs and their whispering. They were talking about me. I dressed in a hurry. Huh? What are you... Are you going out, Jack? I nodded. Have fun. Wait, don't go. I'm sorry. I keep insisting so much. You know, I'm trying to help, right? Yeah. Then please don't be mad. I couldn't stop being angry. It was stronger than me. Can you do just one thing for me? Just so I know I did all I could? Do what? Can you say you're fine with... No, please. Say that you don't want to remember. Can you do that for me? Of course. I hesitated longer than I thought I would. Suddenly it struck me I was being childish as hell. But, in the end, my anger and stubbornness won over. I don't want to remember. There, are you happy now? I wanted things to stay as they are, or they were. That's all I ever wanted, for nothing to change. Because, for once, I was happy. Well? I'm sorry. You should be. Oh, Jack. I understand when you get angry you can't control yourself, but you gotta be careful, man. You don't want to lose your relationships. I walked out. By the time I came back, Grace was gone. Oh no, please don't tell me that was the last time we saw Grace. Oh no. No, that'd be terrible. Oh no, that would be so bad if that was his last memory with her. Oh no, come on now. Alright, August 17th. I came back hours later, after a little drinking and a lot of pointless wandering. The apartment was empty. Her things were gone, but I only realized that after I read the letter. The letter was on the table, next to our half-finished dinner. There was a key next to the letter, too. Her key to the apartment. I remember the letter, word for word. So why don't I write it down here? Wouldn't that be fun? Jack, it said, I can't stay with you anymore. You're only going to make yourself more miserable. And I can't help you. And I can't watch you do this to yourself. I pray there's someone who can help you, like I couldn't. And I hope you'll be happy. Goodbye. Grace didn't need to sign the message. I would have recognized those neat letters anywhere. I'd seen that same handwriting during our brief year together on dozens, if not hundreds, of little notes. Shift schedules, reminders to buy snacks or milk, things like that. But I'm really surprised that she would write that. I almost thought this would be written by Anna before he said the handwriting thing, unless Anna copied her handwriting, which is possible. And I know she said that she wanted him to say that she could say she did all he could, but the only reason I could see that maybe the sleep terrors are so bad that they're really getting to her and that she just can't burden to stay with him anymore, but maybe I shouldn't try hyperanalyzing it just yet before we have all the clues. There were, in fact, at least a half a dozen of yellow post-it notes she used still around the apartment. Seeing them hurt. There were a lot of other things Grace hadn't taken with her, too. Socks, pants, a few undershirts, a scarf, one pair of shoes. A sweater she really liked, too. She would have worn the sweater while napping in the evening. It was all evidence of how much of a hurry she'd been in to get away from me. Now I know better. So it wasn't actually her leaving, so it really was Anna doing her handwriting. Okay. You see, I told you I shouldn't hyperanalyze it so fast. I didn't think she would leave. I was trying to think about the future she could have done. But yeah, it looks like it was Anna, or at least that's how it seems to be. Morning, everyone. The patients all greet her. I do too. Well, well. I'm happy to see you finally stopped being Mr. Grumpy. Well, you know. Do you feel better? Does the leg still hurt? I'm a little better, I guess. At peace. That's great. You'll be up on your feet in no time, I'm sure. Free to come back home. I laugh like hell. Anna probably doesn't see what's so funny. She smiles vacantly. I guess she does love me in her own way. It doesn't matter, though. Remembering the pain she caused me has given me conviction. My heart is set on killing her. Oh dear. August 18th. My health is vastly improving. Doctor's words, though. And I feel it. I don't wake up at night so much anymore, choking on pain. And I don't get so angry anymore that I have to chew my own fingers so I don't end up shouting. By the way, guys, if I've been changing his voice, I am sorry about that. I do like being consistent, But sometimes when I record these things, like, at different points, like normally on weekends, typically for things like this, there are some times in between I don't always remember how I originally did it, and I know I've already done it in several different voices by now, so it'd be hard to stay consistent. I'll try to work on that. I know it's an issue. But again, what kind of voices I should do for them, all these different types, whichever ones you guys like the best, like maybe you could even just timestamp which ones you liked, let me know which ones you think work best for the character. I'd really appreciate that. Of course, by the time you guys actually watch this, I'll probably have already started recording some of the future chapters, depending on how many chapters left in the game. I might even be done. I think this is a bit longer though, so we'll see. And I don't get so angry anymore, and I have to chew my own fingers so I don't end up shouting. Or I don't get so angry anymore that I... Yeah, okay. I think I read that a little bit different than it should have been read. I really am at peace. I know what to do, and I know I have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm a train going down a set of tracks at a few 100 miles per hour. No turns, no brakes. Whatever happens will happen. It's strangely calming. For now, I'll keep writing. I know a good point to stop. So I guess we're going back to the past again. After Grace left, I spent that first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was where my legs happened to give in under me. After hours of walking back and forth in the apartment, I had paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows and carpets and poking my head in closets. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. I woke up in the afternoon with a blanket over me. I thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guess it must have been Anna. I didn't go to work. I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have. And I must have slept a lot too. It turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was all alone that day, that night, and the day after too, right up until the evening. That's when she made a move. The windows were closed and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in the apartment. I lay on the couch shivering. I held to my chest the sweater Grace had left. I was about to slip into uncomfortable sleep when the front door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of the person coming in disappointed me. Hello? Jack? I stared at her. What's wrong? Stare. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in a talking mood. Eventually, she found the letter still on the table, pretended to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling. Go away. You're hurt, I know. She's terrible, isn't she? To have hurt you so badly. She's... The sweater was soft against my skin. It smelled of her. I know, she's awful. Let me help. She brought her hand near to my face. I turned my head away. I'm the one who's going to make you happy, you know? You won't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't want to, I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had only been 2 days since I'd last seen Grace, had last touched her, but it was like I had already forgotten a person's warmth. I raised my hand to bat hers away, and I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hand on hers. I was close to tears. There were so many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. But Anna was here, and she was whispering that she'd never leave. We made love there on the couch. Well, that escalated quickly. Alright. Well, there you go. Right. Okay. Afterwards, I used a sweater to wipe away the sweat off of me. Anna lay next to me, soft and warm, both her arms wrapped around one of mine. In the morning, after the long, long night, Anna looked at me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought at all about work. It was so relevant. That's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure, yes. My apartment had a perfectly working shower, of course, but I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. So, essentially, again, sorry for the analysis if you guys don't like it, but essentially all I'm saying it is, before he had locked himself so far into a shell that he convinced us that he didn't need human interaction, but Grace had opened him up over that past year, and he really grew to depend on her, not in a unhealthy way, but in a way of, like, human interaction. We do need that, regardless of how much we want to be away from it sometimes. And he really loved Grace, so he wanted to be around her, so that losing her and that vacant feeling is more than just the feeling of lost love, which already is a pretty big deal for those who have been in love before, especially young love, which I imagine is the same for him, even though he's a little bit older. Because he had lost his memory, I think it would be that same feeling. So essentially what we have here is that, coupled with the fact that he pretty much lost his soul pillar, his sole other interaction, except for Anna, who he obviously fears and doesn't trust. And now Anna is going in there during that vulnerable state, and he's kind of latching onto her as the sole human he still interacts with, in a way. But he obviously still doesn't have a spirit. Like, that's why I'm still using that very vacant, very dull voice, because he doesn't really have energy, doesn't really have emotion outside of, sadness and like kind of like loathing his situation. Anyhow, guys, let's move on. Sorry about that. Just wanted to, again, kind of, because like right now that I haven't made any choice, so it feels like I'm just kind of like narrating it. So I kind of want to add a little bit more to it than just reading. After I'd had a shower at her place, Anna told me I could stay there for a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes. And that's how it went. I don't feel shame for what I did. I know I shouldn't, but I don't. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is, I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things. Watching myself get tricked and cheat on Grace and live with that woman who's caused so much misery to so many people. I know I should be ashamed. It's a disgusting thing I did, and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. That one whole month is something I'd like to forget and to never remember. I won't write about it or about anything more. I've written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. This is then. This is it. Okay, I think it meant to say this is it then. It's goodbye. So goodbye. J.F. Because remember, he goes by Jack Friday right now. And even though he remembers past memories, which we did see that he did remember them, he's still kind of in that way of using the Jack Friday. At least that's what I'm thinking. I woke up and found the room dark. Incredibly dark. Oh, but we're in chapter 5, so we're going to go ahead and cut it out here, guys. We're going to end the episode there, and we will return with the next one. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I know I have. I've been really enjoying these games, your guys' interactions, and it seems that you guys really like these videos as they're getting a lot more views and likes and comments, especially the comments. I really appreciate those. It's really cool to see you guys interact with the videos. I really do love that. Anyhow, guys, I've really enjoyed having you guys with me on this journey, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Laters.